Welcome. This is the summary of the Northern Blues Football Club 2019 campaign. We've got Paul Sebastiani with me. Welcome, mate.
Pleasure.
A close follower of the season for the Northern Blues this year.
Yes.
Commentated on most of all the live streams this year. So I thought there wouldn't be anyone more qualified to talk about what happened this season, apart from maybe the coaches and the players.
I want to get paid to come on.
Oh, absolutely. It's just a coffee over here.
Yeah.
Give me a bit of a high-level snapshot. What was the story of the season?
I think so. The start was relatively good. They started off quite well. Had a handful of wins early on, and it looked like it was trending in the right direction. But it all just sort of, I wouldn't say unravelled. I think they just sort of struggled because just the loss of our captain Tom Wilson to an ACL against North Melbourne. I think it was within the first month of the year. It just hurt us.
A bit of a sting out.
It just
means so much to the club.
I think exactly. He's the spiritual leader of that football club down in the reserves, and obviously he's still. He's still in the four walls of the club. He's still leading. He's still coaching from the sidelines. But losing that influence on the field is massive.
Yep.
It's no excuse. And the coaches and players are not going to use that as an excuse, nor is he as well. But I just think lacking that leadership, especially in the middle of the park, and especially with a young team that we've got. And again, there's no excuse. But you look at all these other VFL sides as well, and they're all a lot bigger bodies, especially those standalone clubs. They've got these mature age players that are a lot bigger, they're developed, they've been in the system for years and years. And I think just the way that the path that the club have taken, that Carlton have taken, has not really worn off, but it's a sign of where the club's at. So that Carlton have gone down that young draft path where they want to draft all the 18, 19, 20-year-olds, and those players are playing down in the reserves, and they might still not be ready for AFL, but then coming up against big senior VFL bodies, they sort of struggle to get in the contest. And then we had a few games on the line where we needed to win in the second half of the year, and it looked really good when we beat Melbourne after the siren. We were on the cusp of the 8, and then
there was a bit of momentum.
It was, yeah. The last sort of couple of games, or the last month and a half, they sort of won, lost one. They won one, lost one, lost one, and then it just, sort of the last couple of games towards the end of the year, they just couldn't sustain that. A bad loss against Collingwood at Marvel. That pretty much was the final nail in the coffin. And the coaches were, evidently frustrated with the results. Fraze, obviously they had a goal at the start of the year to make finals. That was I'm certain that was their aim. They didn't make it. Now it's a question as to whether or not what they do going into next year, whether they decide that, okay, maybe we need some more mature bodies inside, or do we just keep down the same path and believe in what we're doing at the moment? Because I know that they do play football with those, and they try their backside off, but majority of the week is just classy opposition.
There's a lot more that goes into it.
Exactly.
It's a very complicated game at times. It is a simple game, but it is very complicated.
And then I think in the second half of the year, I think the sacking of bowls sort of filtered down to all facets of the club as well. I know our senior side sort of were buoyant, and they bounced back and hit back hard, but I think just at the reserves level, I don't know if this is true, but I think there might have sort of been that there's always that sort of gap between a new coach coming in. I know Teague had been there for a while and would have worked closely with the coaches, but that gap between new tactics of a new senior coach and then a VFL coach obviously having to take on what the AFL
and align,
because I think that's the not downside, but that's one of the effects of being aligned with an AFL club, is that you're sort of you have to answer to what the coaches at the top level want, and you have to play that style so the senior players for Carlton who are playing seconds can come into the senior side and understand, okay, this is the style we're playing, this is where I have to run, this is what I have to do, this is my role. So I think next year, I know Shane Watson has moved on from the club, so there's already been a few shake-ups with the development coaches as well. Whether or not that continues, I'm not sure. But I'd assume that there have to be changes. Whether it's off-field and on-field going into next season.
So we finished the year on with 7 wins, 11 losses, 10th on the ladder, 85%. I want to really just break this down into sort of what went right and what went wrong. Maybe we'll start with what went wrong first, so we can end on a positive. You mentioned Tom Wilson's knee injury. What else?
I just too with the chopping and changing of the side every single week, it just hurts.
Yeah.
You know, like all these AFL teams now and VFL teams talk about continuity and that cohesion between teammates and understanding where they're going to run, you know, where they're going to kick when they have the football is such a big thing as well. And I think losing that, especially the likes of Kennedy and Lang going in and out of the side, and I think they were reliant on 2 or 3 senior Carlton AFL midfielders being in that VFL side and being able to push the midfield without Tom Wilson.
Well, it's a game of trust, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's a game of trust, and you can't build that trust within a matter of a fortnight, even 3 weeks. You need a good 2 months block together, even a couple of years.
And with my objective hat on as well, you know, you can't blow smoke at people.
Yeah.
There were some blokes. There are some blokes out there that are just not good enough.
Yep.
That are just not good enough, and they've since been delisted.
Yep. And that's the reality of the beast of this industry.
That's exactly right. You know, so I mean, I feel. Not that I don't like to comment on these things, but you know, I haven't played the game of AFL.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think that holds us to not being able to say or voice our opinion. But look, I mean, there are just blokes out there that are just simply
not good enough to get the job done.
And changes are going to happen in the off season. What went right for us?
Yeah, let's turn to that.
I think we unearthed the beauty in, and it was bloody awesome. He got us.
Yeah.
What a pickup he's been. I know he was recruited as a rookie on the Carlton list, but I just think leadership-wise, he's been fantastic down there for our defenders. He's been awesome alongside Alex Johnson, who, let me tell you, he's got some perspective on AFL.
Absolutely, he does. And life.
And
life in general.
How many ACLs he's done, and you know, his leadership has been immense down in the back line. His voice has been great. You know, I haven't met him personally or don't know him in person, but from what I hear from our captain and our coach as well, that he's just been an immense leader on and off the field for some of the boys. And you can see it defensively. It's worn off into the senior side as well. Yeah. You know, where they're all. I think our defence is actually quite strong at the moment, but I think we unearthed another young kid as well, Pike Quirk.
Yeah.
Who's a young.
A lot of momentum with him towards the end of the year.
Definitely.
His name just kept popping up.
He was. I think he was named in the best multiple times, and he found the football with ease on numerous occasions.
So tell me a little bit about the profile of him. What does he do?
Yeah, so he sort of was running through the midfield, sort of like, he's not the biggest player.
Yep.
So sort of like a small midfield type. His grandson of ex-premiership player Brian.
Right.
So I think he was part of the TAC. I think it might have been player profile here actually. I think it might have been the Northern Knights off the top of my head, I think. So he was through the TAC Cup system and then got picked up by the Melbourne Blues and played, I think, a handful of games later on in the year. So that's definitely a positive sign for the team going forward. I think given the last sort of couple of games he had, I think they might have unearthed a good one. And the other fellow as well, Frank Anderson. Picked him out in the pre-season, and I thought, geez, this guy moves really well. He got suspended earlier on in the year as well. But he showed some really good form in the absence of Tom Wilson as well. So yeah, I think those two are sort of ones to look out for as well. But those have been the positive signs. From a team point of view, positive signs. It's hard to really say because I know that they, like I said, that they wanted to make finals and they didn't. So it's been a disappointing year.
Seems like the positives are some of the individuals that we have maybe within the team that either got better or will help us propel forward next year.
Absolutely.
Which is generally what happens when you have a season where you didn't achieve your goals. You sort of then start looking at, okay, which individuals improved because we as a team didn't really achieve what we set out to achieve. Interesting. Let's move ahead.
Yeah.
From the start of the year to the end of the year, or maybe even compared to last season, talk to me about who was, some of the most improved players who showed genuine positive trend.
I think it's hard to say because there are a lot of guys from last year who were sort of not there, but Kane Keppel actually improved a hell of a lot last year. He had some big moments in big games earlier on in the year. A game in particular against Collingwood at Victoria Park where we came from behind and he took two big game-winning marks towards the back end of that game. So he's one that's sort of on an upward spiral, and he's vice captain of the club. He led us through this year without Willow being there.
Yep.
So he's been one of the big improvements, I'd say. But it's been new faces. It's been new faces for the Northern Blues as well. But I think just you can see with the results of the year that a few blokes, and they were Carlton listed blokes, just they sort of went downhill.
Yeah, right.
And there was probably only one or two. It was probably only Keppel who improved on last year, I'd say. Yep. Jesse Palmer worked towards the second half of the year. His first half was probably not the greatest.
He's coming off a pretty good year last year, wasn't he?
Year last year.
There was a lot of chit chat about him potentially being, rookie listed for Carlton or even another club. I felt the same. There was a little bit of buzz, and it sort of subsided. But then, as the season wore on, he got a little bit better.
I think he had an injury interrupted pre-season as well, which might have sort of hurt his capabilities in the first half of the year.
He's got ability.
Yeah, he does.
Undoubtedly.
Yeah, he does. Whether or not it's good enough to get on AFL is I'm not 100% sure.
Yep.
Most improved, I'd say. He wasn't with us.
Yeah.
Last year, he was playing for St Kilda in Sandringham or whatever their affiliate.
Yeah.
Hugh Goddard.
Hugh Goddard.
Before he was unbelievable.
Is he the runaway best of bearers? Yeah. I remember.
You've got that list.
Yeah, I've got it listed here. It's like,
he'll win by the length of the Flemington Straight. It's a no contest.
Yep.
Basically. So if you're going along to that night,
yep.
It's a race for second and third, unfortunately, for the rest of the teams.
Yeah, well, that's credit to him.
Yeah.
He had a pretty good year, and I got back in the country mid-season against, it was the Doggies game, Footscray game, I should say. And we did get beaten pretty comprehensively that day, but he just looked like a man amongst boys.
Yeah.
Every time he played. So.
Oh, that was that was a game at Princess Park. Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that's right. Yeah, they kicked something ridiculous, like 17 behinds in the first half. Or,
I go there.
Yeah. Absolutely. So moving ahead to, we always talk about whenever there's a VFL season, who could potentially be elevated or get that opportunity at the next level. Is there anyone you think that could really be in that frame?
Yeah, I think we mentioned before, Kai Quirk. Definitely, yeah. He's got age on his side. He showed a lot towards the back half of the year, so I think he's one. But again, I think it's just more along the lines now of finding. It might even be a situation where in the first half of the year he's Northern Blues listed.
Yeah.
And they give him a fair shot at having a consistent spot in the VFL side.
Yep.
And then they may look to mid-season rookie him at this.
That's a totally different strategy now.
Next year,
we have available.
I think it's purely because the sample size at the moment is too small.
Yeah.
Because I think he only played sort of the last month for us, and I think they would rather have like a good batch. You want that half a year to say, okay, can you play? Can't you play? Let's make a decision mid-season with a rookie draft. He's someone that I think that they could potentially look at.
Yeah.
Definitely.
A few mumblings I've heard here and there, and I mean, I obviously don't want to put too much pressure on him because he's recovering from his own, many knee reconstructions. But Alex Johnson, he's someone that maybe with another season in the VFL could look at potentially having another crack at AFL. Is that maybe even something he would want?
That's exactly what I was going to say as well. I think he does, but whether or not he's been outside of the AFL system for too long to consider, I'm sure it's always in the back of his mind. And I'd love to pick his brains about it. But I think, you just never know. I'm sure it'd be there for him. That fire would still burn. Yeah. But it's just so tough. Like, I think it's going to be 6 ACLs or
something like that.
6 ACLs. It's just so tough to come back from.
And I think this was the biggest block that he had had
mate, absolutely.
from the first one, which was a big tick. A big tick for him.
I think, he could be someone because he won the premiership at 19 and was one of the Swans, better players that year. So he's got the talent. Whether or not, like I said, he's been out of the system for too long to come back in. Leadership-wise, he's fit for the AFL.
He's there. Yep.
Leadership-wise, he's fit for the rigours of AFL.
And you mentioned people for culture.
Huge.
And I feel like he would definitely be one of them as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think Tom as well. It's a shock to me that no AFL club's actually giving him a ticket. We want to sign up on a rookie or something. And,
Yeah.
I know personally for me, I'd love to see him out there because I know how much he means to the football club and how much a footy club means to him.
Yeah.
And just his work ethic and that culture around young men as well. And he's still a young leader too. I know he's still obviously got facets of the game and areas of leadership that he always wants to continue to improve on. But he's someone that I think that they should look at and consider whether or not it happens. It's probably unlikely, and he would be the first to admit that as well. But for me, I'd love to see him even if it's not a Carlton.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's look ahead to 2020. We've really dissected this season. What are some of the things? I mean, is there a game style change? Are there certain things that maybe we as fans don't see that you have that you think need to be tinkered with next year?
It's tough to say. I think, for me, just getting back to, obviously, as we said, the goal was to make finals this year, and that should be the goal next year.
Absolutely.
Because we only missed out by, I think it was 2.5 games, something like that. And will the game make improvements to the list and make changes to try and make sure that happens? But for me, I always go back to it's the San Antonio Spurs model.
Yep.
Get the fundamentals right. Get the goal kicking right. Get the game plan right. Get your handballing right. Get your kicking right. Get your fundamentals right. And go from there.
Yeah.
Because that's what the best teams do. They get the basic things right.
Create a system where it doesn't matter. Because the reality is there are going to be double-digit number of Carlton listed players who will be playing every week.
Correct.
So if you can build a system where it doesn't matter who comes in, they can play that role. Yeah.
And you see it with Richmond. Now, their AFL side's dominating, their VFL side's dominating, and it's just the momentum and the game plan and the way that their troops just come in and out of each side and are able to play it each week. And that we need to get to that position.
Yep.
That is a position we need to get to become a better club at both levels. And like I said, you've just got to get the fundamentals right every week because from my eye, what I see is that you've got whether it's something as simple, and I saw this in the last game against Sandringham. You've got two teammates going for the same ball. Use your voice.
Yes.
Use your voice.
Yeah.
Call the football. Call the man in. And if it's your ball, put your bloody name on the football. Shout out for it. Little things like that.
Yep.
They just go and mean a hell of a lot in the result of the game. I think so. It might be a minuscule thing, but little things like that go a long way to you going all the way.
Yeah.
And it's something that Richmond have focused on for the last 3 years, getting the basics right, and you go from there. That's what I think they need to do. Focus on the fundamentals, get that right, and then that'll hold you in good stead.
Go from there. All right. Well, Paul, thank you very much for your time.
Pleasure.
And I'm looking forward to a long off season, and it's what needs to happen. A lot of work needs to be put in, and hopefully we can be sitting here this time next year talking about a finals win.
From my own personal point of view, I'd love to be involved in a finals campaign with the Northern Blues, whether it's calling it or just being there as a fan.
Yeah, being amongst it.
It'd be fantastic. So the last time we got close to a flag, Tiki was coaching us.
Bit of an omen.
So whether or not it's an omen for the Carlton team or the Northern Blues team, I don't know, but we'll see what happens. But look, onwards and upwards to next year. There's obviously improvements that have to be made, and we'll back it. They showed enough to be able to compete with the best. That win against Port Melbourne earlier in the year was phenomenal. We hadn't won there for God knows how long. So if they can start putting results like that next year, it'll go a long way to us making the game.
Excellent. There you go. There's the Northern Blues season review. See you next season.